Hi, welcome to another ramble. Sorry, my hair is crazy. I don't know what to do about that. Today I'm going to talk about codependency and um, I suppose recognizing that if you have a tendency to be codependent, that probably means you sacrifice yourself in order to maintain a connection. What do I mean by that? I mean that we probably allow a lot of people to abuse us and use us just so that we can feel like we belong somewhere, just so that we can feel like we have connection. And I don't know, I've been exploring a lot of topics that relate to this. I feel like, honestly, codependency needs to stop, you know? And I feel like it's really hard. It's hard at first until you recognize your worth, until you recognize your value, until you recognize what you bring to the table and what you will allow to keep going. So, I feel like, yeah, that's why we've probably been feeling used and abused for most of our lives. Codependency. Um, I feel a good telltale sign or a good foundational place to work from starts with what you allow and don't allow into your life. And what I mean by that is, like, when you're interacting with people, notice how they treat you and if they value you, if there's reciprocation. Listen to how you feel. So important, guys. Listen to how you feel. If you are with someone and you feel unappreciated and you feel taken for granted and you feel like you're giving more than receiving, and you feel like, for instance, like you're the one, like, that's basically holding the relationship together, the other person isn't really doing anything, yeah, just listen listen to how someone makes you feel. I feel like someone who's good for you, it's kind of like a good meal, or good music that feels really good to your soul. It uplifts. It makes you feel lighter and happier and at peace. It makes you feel love. It makes you feel cared for. If you're not feeling any of those things, then you're probably cycling in a codependent, traumatic space. And you can continue that. I mean, my whole thing is, like, when we go through life, we can either break cycles or we can perpetuate them, you know? But I don't know, I'm into breaking cycles, guys. And I've been, like, really looking at some of these relationships in my life, and I'm like, that just really doesn't sit well with me anymore. You know? Like, it just doesn't. It's almost like I've outgrown it. And I know what I deserve. I know how I should be treated. I know how it feels to feel elevated, and I also know how it feels to feel completely suppressed. And I'm over feeling suppressed. I'm over sacrificing myself in order to keep these very unhealthy relationships together. Unhealthy and imbalanced. Yeah, so going back to how you feel, does it feel healthy? Do you feel like you are being fed properly? Or does it feel unhealthy and you feel like you're being deprived of things that you absolutely need? You know? Just think of it that way. Um, yeah, honestly, I feel like the codependency, like, literally stems from traumatic childhood events. You know, just not receiving the proper love and care and support, emotional support. Emotional. That's the thing, like, emotions are not visible. It's energy, you know? Physical, you know, you can see it. If somebody hits you and there's a bruise, you can see that. But emotional, it's so much deeper. And it's it's not something that you can gauge by, like, using your five senses, you know? It's like using your sixth sense, you know? And I feel like we're tapped into our sixth sense, guys. We know when something is good or bad. It's all about just knowing what you deserve, what you don't deserve, what is good for you, what makes you feel balanced, what makes you feel healthy, what makes you feel whole. And if it's not doing these things, then having the power to walk away and break cycles and stop allowing people to mistreat you. You know, it's almost like poison. You know, if you know how negative, like the how like yeah, negatively that will affect your system, why are you gonna take it? You know? Yeah, so it's about, like, growing out of outdated cycles, returning to yourself, taking all the power that you've been expelling and just bringing it back so that you can be whole in yourself and know what you need to do and be firm about it. You know, like, not second guessing yourself or, like, denying what your gut feelings are telling you. You should be absolutely listening to your gut feelings. You should be absolutely listening to your intuition. You should absolutely honor your feelings. You know, if somebody is making you feel less than, believe it. And then, I mean, it's up to you. I know for me, like, I spent most of my life sticking around, hoping that it would get better, hoping that the other person would change. But you and I both know that the it's hard to change yourself, let alone wait for someone else to change. You know, and I feel like hope is a false promise of something happening. And hope will keep you hooked. So for me, it's like I don't even hope for anything anymore. I just kind of want to, like, I just want clarity. I just want to see what I am working with, what I am getting involved in very clearly. Not even hoping they will get better, hoping they will change, hoping they'll treat me better, hoping they'll recognize my worth. No. They show you right away, like, what's going on, you know? So it's about, like, removing hope and just seeing with real eyes and accepting what is happening and deciding with a very firm stance what you will allow and what you will not allow. And I'm telling you, once you get the courage and the willpower and the clarity to understand these things, moving forward, you will not allow anyone to treat you less than, and you will not accept anything less than. You know, that's how you break this codependency cycle, guys. Just getting back in touch with your power, getting in touch with your gut, your intuition, seeing things, accepting things as they appear, and then just making a decision. Do I still want this in my life? Is it helping me? Is it elevating me? Does it make me feel loved and cared for? If not, you're, like, self-sabotaging yourself, and you're also just perpetuating traumatic impressions that you probably have from childhood, you know? But the thing is, like, we're adults, you know? Do we want to keep recycling these childhood impressions, or do we want to finally decide that, okay, I'm not a child anymore, I'm gonna outgrow these things and move into a higher space? I don't know. What motivated me to do this video is a very important messenger that has come into my life. And yeah, it's really making me see things clearly. It's really making me, like, my tolerance level for bullshit. Yeah, so the tolerance that I used to have, which was almost infinite, yeah, guys, you are the captain of your own ship. So it is up to you to decide how you will steer your ship. You know? Take your power back. Take it back. It's not selfish. You know, I feel like that saying where you cannot fill someone else's cup if your cup is empty, this applies. So if you're feeling empty and you're feeling like down and out, just step back and bring your power back. You know, no more people pleasing, no more sacrificing yourself for people, no more allowing abuse, or no more allowing people to treat you less than, because you don't treat people less than. So the same should apply to yourself. Yes, I'm sorry if I have like I don't know what kind of tone I have right now, but yeah, I've been thinking about things. And you know what, it doesn't matter how much you love someone, it doesn't matter how much you're attracted to someone, if they're not doing what they need to do in order to make this union feel elevated. Cut your losses. Go watch my video, knowing what you want, knowing what you don't want. You know, because once you know what you don't want, it becomes very easy. It's almost like if you're like at a buffet line, and yes, I'm going to end this rant soon. If you're at a buffet line and they're serving, like, I don't know, stuff that you don't like to eat, why are you eating it? Yeah, I just probably just like, okay, I don't like anything on this buffet line. I don't like anything on this buffet line. I'm not gonna eat it, and I'm probably gonna go. I'm probably gonna go somewhere else and find some place that will give me the food that I know I like and will feed my body, my mind, my spirit, my soul. Good stuff. You know, you're not gonna settle. You're not gonna go settle for like stuff you don't want to eat. I don't know what you guys like to eat or not, but let's just say like you're a vegetarian or a vegan, and you go to a restaurant and the buffet line is just filled with meat. You're not gonna eat. Same with people. Same with situations. You know, if it's not sitting right with your soul, then it has to go. You know, and I understand this is a process. So, you know, like, give yourself time, give yourself grace, but then make that decision and cut things that do not have your best interest or your well-being in mind. You know, you can still love, but love isn't enough to sustain something. And I don't know, like, I believe you can love things from afar. You know, you can love them from afar, like far. You know, and wish them the best, but then you need to live your life and do what's best for you. You know, you can't keep sacrificing your needs and wants to appease someone else, especially if they're not, especially if it's not reciprocated, especially if they're making you feel less than. Anyways, I hope you learned something from this video, and if you didn't, that's cool. Thank you for listening, and blessings to one and all. Amen.